Yeah, we will start. Good morning. Good morning to all. My name is Lokesh. I'm part of Algomojo team. Welcome to this session on how to automate your strategies using Algomojo platform. We will start with a small presentation, and once we go through the features and facilities that are available using our presentation, we will get into the actual demo of how to set up the platform. Now, in case if you would like to have a look at any specific thing, kindly use the Q&A box to uh, uh, raise your queries. I'll try and answer them as we go along. Yeah, today's agenda would be that we will start. One minute, some issue in the presentation. We will start with an introduction to the Algomojo platform and look at what are the features and facilities that are available for the users. We'll look at how to do integration using TradingView. And in case if anybody is interested in having a look at Amibroker usage, we could do that also. We will have a small brief on the kind of support structure that we have to help you out in terms of your daily issues if you have any. And if you have any queries, don't wait till the end. Now you can raise them as we go along. Yeah, it's algomojo.com is our website. It's a web-based algo trading execution platform. We act as a bridge between your charting tool and your broker. We don't have any app or anything. It is a web-based facility which is available. You could use any browser to log into our website and then go along. It is designed for traders and investors to automate these strategies. You might have you would like to be you'd be running various strategies in various charting platforms. As in when they generate buy or sell signals, we would pick up those signals and execute those orders in your broker account. Python, we have an extensive library which you could refer to. It is more to do with the kind of coding that you would do using the Python language and pass the signals from your Python IDE as such. So we are not looking. I'll show you the documentation part where it gives you details about all the facilities that you could use in your Python coding. The library is pretty extensive. All features and facilities are covered in the library. You could use the library to get the Python coding done. We don't offer any support for Python coding as such. As I was mentioning, we are an execution platform, and we look at executing the signals that are received by us as such. In case if you need any Python coding support, not only Python, it could be TradingView, it could be Amibroker, any of those. We do extend the coding facility. It would come at an additional cost. The costing would be determined based on the requirements that you would have for coding as such. Currently, we have integrated with some of the popular charting tools like TradingView, Amibroker, MT4 charting, Google Sheet, Excel, Python. These are the other facilities one could use to send orders. We provide common API connectivity for multiple brokers. We provide execution modules to be used in Amibroker or in TradingView. Sample codes that are required in TradingView or Amibroker are provided by us. Uh, we can try and look at Excel, but I would still say that Excel is again not a completely automated kind of stuff. It is your user intervention is required. It is as good as your placing a manual order as such. If you're looking at placing a GTT order or whenever your price that you define in an Excel sheet to be executed, as in when the price reaches that level, those kind of automations are not possible yet. It is just to place an order of whatever trading instrument or investing instrument that you want to do. You can do it directly from the platform itself instead of doing it from Excel. Of course, Excel, some people are using it for when you have a requirement to place orders with multiple accounts as such. That is one usefulness that we find for Excel-based order executions. Our aim is to provide an algo trading experience which is simple and very user-friendly. You need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge to automate your strategies. All that would be required is a good strategy and which would give the buy-sell signals. Using that, you can automate the trades as such. It is a very, very simple process. You will realize as we get into the actual platform demo as to how do we do the integration with some of the charting tools and how the orders get executed. You will get to have a look at it today. Yes, you can do it with done broker also. We have close to about 27, 28 brokers with whom we have done the API integration so far. We keep adding some more and we keep adding on almost one or two brokers get added every month. Currently, we are working with the Access Securities to extend API services. We will be able to do that integration shortly. The important part as a trader or an investor for automation is a good strategy which you would have backtested and found it to be meeting your requirement in terms of risk and reward and profitability and various parameters which are used to evaluate strategies. And if you would like to run them and place orders as and when the signals are generated, that is where we come in. We act as a bridge between your charting tool and the broker. So we will pick up those signals and then execute the orders for you. So the setup is pretty simple. Once you do the setup, you can leave it to the system to keep running. There's no other intervention required. And the setup also, as I was mentioning, we have tried to make it as simple as possible. Anybody with a bit of computer knowledge should be able to do it. Will be able to automate the trades as such. See, for some reason, we had done the integration with ICICI also. For some reason, ICICI has put a hold to it. So we are not able to pass any signals to ICICI platform. Define Edge, we are not done so far. We will try and discuss with them and see how we can integrate with Define Edge also going on. Thanks for that. Thanks for pointing out. We will get in touch with them and see if we can extend our services to Define Edge users. Sorry. Yeah. Some of the key features of Algomojo platform would be that you can customize what is that you want to trade. Like people would like to trade in various instruments like equities or futures or options. And in options, it could be that you would like to trade in ATM, ITM, or OTM kind of strikes. So whenever the signals are generated, based on the spot price at that point in time, we will place the orders as per your selection. You can choose up to 20 strikes in the money and 20 strikes out of the money. And whatever selections you have done, it is related to the spot running at a spot price. So if you selected, say, item 5, at that point in time, we will look at what is the spot price and calculate the item 5 and place orders. Yes. Trailing stop loss is in the final stages of testing. We should be able to roll it out very, very soon. And we're trying to see if we can do it next week. Otherwise, maximum of next week is when the trailing stop loss kind of facility will be available for users. Uh, Now, for option traders, you can, if you're a buyer or a seller, both facilities are available in case if you want to ride the option strikes whenever based on the signals, that's possible. Suppose you want to hedge uh, your main trade with an option along with that, that's also possible, either by hedge buying or hedge selling as such. Then in case if you would like to place multiple order or a huge number of quantity, we will take care of the order splitting. So you need not have to worry about placing multiple orders. The system will take care of it, and it will place multiple orders for you, depending on the quantity that you would have defined in the platform. In terms of risk management, currently a target and stop loss can be set either in terms of percentage or points. And trailing stop loss, yes, as I was mentioning, it will get launched shortly. Till then, it is fixed as such. And the targets and stop loss can be changed any point in time after you take an entry. Suppose you feel that the market is going to trend and you would like to move up the targets and move up the stop loss also. That also can be done during while your trade is running itself. Then you can customize the time also. There are people who would like to take trades during morning volatility, or there are people who would not like to trade in the morning session, would like to take signals after that. So you can set the time, the start time and the end time when the signals needs to be processed. And if you're an intraday trader, when you would like the expiry, the intraday orders to be squared off. You may not have to wait till the end. If you like to trade square off by say 2:45 or 3 o'clock, you can set those kind of timings also. So based on your selections, the positions will get closed. Rollover options are available. If you're a weekly trader or a monthly trader, you can set the rollover, use the rollover option. So once you do the setup, it will keep the system can keep running for you without any intervention. You just need to set the certain parameters and leave it to Algomojo and your charting tool to generate the signals and execute the orders for you. For all users, paper trade is as a facility is extended. However, it is limited to 3 only. In terms of 3 strategies can be tested for paper trade, and there's no limitation in terms of live trades that are possible. The reason why it's limited to 3 only is that the paper trade facility is more to test the process of the orders getting placed whenever the signals are getting generated from your charting tool to check whether the orders are getting executed as per your requirement. We extend this paper trade facility. However, it is not a forward testing or a back testing kind of tool. I wouldn't recommend that this be used as a forward testing or a back testing tool. It is more to check the process. Suppose you are an option trader and you are also hedging certain legs and you are defining various quantities and expiries, all that. Once you determine what is that you want to trade, and when the signal comes, if you one should be sure as to the orders that are getting placed are as per your requirements. To test that, the paper trade facility is extended. Once you are comfortable saying that, okay, this is the orders are getting placed as per your requirement, you can go ahead with the live trades as such. Yeah, that is what we will do today. We will show you a stepwise process as to how to automate your strategy using our platform as such. It's a pretty simple process. In case if you like to, if you have any strategy in TradingView, we can use that and see how we can place orders. as and when the signals are getting generated, kindly let me know. Otherwise, there are some sample strategies which we will use and see how the trades can be executed. The process will be the same, irrespective of the kind of strategy or the requirement you would have that you would be running. The process of setting up is same for any kind of strategies or indicators as such. So we will look at how do we do the setup for a strategy and also for an indicator, or even on a price-based kind of action using TradingView today. So in case if you have any specific thing to be seen, let me know. I will show that also. Now, there are certain rules that we have identified and made available in our platform. The selection of the rule is the most important part. In case if there's a mismatch in the kind of rule that is used while creating the strategy, it could result in orders not getting placed properly. There are typically 4 kind of rules. We will go through those rules when we get into the actual platform. Now, if you're an option trader and you would like to trade in multiple legs simultaneously based on single signal, that also can be defined. We will look at things like iron condor or strangles or straddles, how to automate those things. The stepwise description is provided. We'll show you how to do the entire setup for you. Now, you can get notifications on your Telegram app. So whenever there's a signal or whenever there's an order getting executed, you will get a notification. So you could check the trades in the account once you get the notification. Yeah, in case if you're a trader or an investor, would look at huge number of stocks to be traded, you can create a watch list and upload it into our system. It's a CSV upload of a facility that we have provided. Helps you to define the symbols that you want to trade and the quantity that you want to trade. Currently, you have to do a small upload, CSV file upload. It's a simple process. There's no limitation. You can change it any number of times, and you can add any number of symbols. We have seen some of the charting users, especially, they scan close to 1,500, 2,000 plus kind of symbols, and then select based on the screener, whatever symbols are selected, the orders get placed in our system also. Now, in reports of how many signals were generated, what are the orders that were placed, and what are the positions which are open or closed, all those can be downloaded and kept for further studies with you. As of now, the reports can be downloaded on a daily basis. Historical download of the reports is not yet extended. We are working to have a facility where you can download all the signals received for the past, say, couple of weeks or months kind of thing. Currently, on a daily basis, you need to download the reports that you want. Now, the various segments that are available for people to use are in terms of equity. You can do it for intraday or even for delivery. There are a lot of people who use it for delivery purpose also. And they're very, they found it to be very, very efficient in terms of managing the trades. In terms of futures and options, you can trade in futures of NSE, BSE, and commodities, and stocks also. And in terms of options, the indices, Nifty and Bank Nifty, Nifty, Sensex, the Bank X are all available. Recently, we have done it for stocks also. Stock options are also supported. There are some brokers who don't allow market orders. You might find difficulty in terms of placing stock options, but otherwise, index options is not an issue. Index and stock futures and other futures, it's not an issue at all. Now, in terms of options, you can define a particular static option to trade in a particular day, in case if that is your requirement, or if you would like to select the ATM, OTM, the system will dynamically select the strikes based on the time when the signal is received by a system. It will check for what is the spot price running, Nifty or Bank Nifty or stocks. And then if you have selected, say, ITM or OTM strikes, it will place order as per the requirement that you would have specified. Currently, we have integrated with 27, 28 brokers. Most of the large brokers are covered by us. These are the list of brokers. In case if you have account with any of these brokers, you could start using our platform. You get a 7 days trial period. After that, you can get into a subscription method. How to avail the trial period? We will have a look at that. Now, Algomojo used to offer free APIs for people who used to use Algomojo as a referral partner earlier, but most brokers had stopped it because of the regulation. However, we have an arrangement with 6 brokers. If you open a new account with any of these 6 brokers, Alex, Blue, or Dhan, or Firster, Fires, Upstock, and Zebu, you will get APIs free of cost. There's no, that is for life. You have to open a new account using Algomojo platform. I'll show you how to do that also. So kindly use this opportunity to avail APIs free from us. Now, before we get into the actual automation, let me take you to the platform. What happens is, for automation purpose, it's a 2-step process. First step is what is that we need to define in Algomojo. Once we do the setup in Algomojo platform itself, then we get into the automation and trading view. So let's look at our platform first and then get into trading view integration. Now, Algomojo.com is our website. Now, you can use the facility here to open a new account. Once you click that, it will ask for your name, email ID, phone number, and you will need to select the list of brokers. From this list, if you select and say OK, it will take you to the broker's terminal, and it will ask you to complete the process of account opening. And once the account is opened and the user credentials are received by you, you can start using our platform, and the APIs will be free for life. So kindly use this facility to open a new account to avail the API offer that we have. Now, once you have an open API, you can come here and log in to your broker directly, or you can also use a web page called am.algomojo.com. So once you get into this page, it will ask you for login. The credentials to be used for login is the same as what is provided by your broker. The list of brokers will be provided here. Select the broker that you would like to use and go through the process. So let me use TradeGenie for today's demo. So TradeGenie, login with broker. It will ask for the username, password, and the TOTP. It's the same as what you have been using for logging into broker account. And so there's no different process for using our platform. It is the same credentials. So once you update the client ID, password, and TOTP, you'll get a home page which is the same for all the brokers. The home page will have a summary of your funds and holdings and positions and orders placed, those kind of details. Plus, you have a facility for adding watch list. So you can add watch list. Is the voice okay, or 1 minute? Yeah, it is the same. I don't have an account in Fires, but the process is the same. So use the Fires credentials and open the website. After that, it is the same interface. You will see the same page irrespective of the brokers. It could be Fires, it could be Upstock, it could be Zerodha, any broker. The Algomojo page after login is the same. So you need not have to worry that it will be different for different brokers. It will be the same interface. So the process of doing the automation is the same thing for any broker. So you can create multiple watch list and you can place orders from here itself. Suppose you want to say buy Reliance or something, go here, add it to your watch list and say buy manually. This is a facility for placing orders manually. So not for automation. In case if you want to place orders manually while looking at this platform, you can still do that. The advantage being that you can have one single platform for your entire trading investment purpose. You can do all the activities from here itself, from Algomojo website itself. You need not have to refer to your broker account or mobile app or those kind of things. You can do everything from here except for the back office operations of the broker, like adding funds or withdrawal of funds, those kind of things. You will need to log in, or getting any kind of reports, your P&L reports or contract notes, those kind of things. You will need to log into the broker's back office and do that. And funds can be added from your mobile app of the broker or their website directly as such. Otherwise, rest of the things can be managed from this one website. That's it. So once you log in, you'll see a lot of tabs on the left side. The first tab is where we have the API details. This is the API provided by Algomojo, not the broker provided APIs. This is the Algomojo provided API. These need to be used for your automation purpose. Yes. How to get the APIs when you generate, when you log in for the first time and go to the sheet, it will ask you to say start the trial. Like here, start the trial, and if you press start the trial, you will get the APIs, and it will show you the validity of how many days it will valid and when will it expire, and the API details can be copied. API key and API secret can be copied from here. Now, once you use the trial period, we suggest everybody to use the trial period to check if the platform is able to meet your requirements. In case if the platform is able to meet your requirements, only then get into the subscription method. You have three choice: monthly, half yearly, and yearly. On a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees per month kind of thing for you. It's very, very nominal kind of fees, that subscription fees, which is provided. And for the kind of facilities that you have, it's we feel it's a good value for money that we bring in for the users. So once you generate the API, the next step is to define what is that you want to trade. Now that definition, we do it under a tab called My Strategies. We create a strategy here manually. Let me bring what is here. So when you are doing it for the first time, it will show you that, okay, create a new strategy. So here, when you click, it will ask for the name. It can be anything. Try and keep it as relevant to what you're trying to trade. Say, for example, first example, we'll look at how to trade in Nifty futures. Yeah. Now, rule is something which is pretty important. I will get into the details of the rule when we look at a chart. To begin with, let me use this rule called stop and reversal. There are four types basically: long only, short only, long plus short, buy sell, long plus short, buy sell, short cover. These four are similar. Okay, short plus cover is an action provided by Amibroker. So for Amibroker users, we have one more rule that is defined, and the fourth rule is the stop and reversal kind of rule. It is typical for a strategy like super trend, which is always in trade, where either long or short. So those kind of things, those kind of strategies will require a rule called stop and reverse. We'll explain to you also when we get into the chart. So let me select the stop and reverse. And next part is to see what is the segment that you need to trade. So kindly let me know in case if you need any more details as we go along. So I will say futures is what I want to trade. In futures, I want to trade in Nifty futures. all you need to do is type in the first few letters of the symbol and select from the drop down the contract that you want to trade. For if it is, for example, Nifty February contract is what you want to trade. By default, the order type will be normal. If you are an intraday trader, then you need to select MIS. Otherwise, for delivery, a positional trade, it is NRM. Price type currently is only market, so there's no other option available. So leave it at the default value. Then look at the lot that you want to trade. For depending on the trading symbol that you select, the quantity will also be shown here. Suppose you want to trade in say 100 lots, then the quantity increases to 7,500. Since Nifty, the freeze limit is 1800, it will split the orders into multiple orders to fill this 7,500 quantity. Let me try and keep it 50. So 3,000. So it will split the order in multiples of 1800 to place based on the requirement that you would have selected here. Now, in case if you want to do a rollover, you can select rollover. Otherwise, you can leave it at default value of rollover. Chart symbol is something that you can ignore. It's not a mandatory field. Now, these are basic things one needs to define for any trade to be taken. So once you update this, you can do a submit. However, there are some more fields which we'll go through. One is the target. Now, if your strategy is taking care of the entry and exit based on the whatever is the logic that you are trying to use, and it has got its own stop loss and targets and those kind of things, you need not have to do any settings here. Leave it for your charting tool to send these signals. We will execute those orders based on that. Otherwise, if you would like to set a certain target, you can do that by selecting either percentage or points. Now, if you say points, you can say that, okay, I want 100 points as the Nifty target, and stop loss similarly, I want it to be, say, 50 points. So depending on your requirement, you can update these fields. So whenever the levels are reached, the portion which has been taken will get executed or get closed as such. Now, if it's a long portion, it will get closed. If it's a short also, it will get closed depending on the achievement of target or stop loss. Now, for demo purpose, let me keep it at as nil. By default, the time is set at 9:15. End time is, kindly note, if you don't want to trade any signal, say after 2 o'clock, received after 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, then you can set the time as 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. So any signal coming in from your charting tool after the set time will be ignored by our platform. So if you have such kind of requirement, use the end time. Otherwise, leave it at default. The square off time is on the expiry, if you're an intraday trader and you like to say square off at say 2:45 or 3 o'clock or 3:05, you can specify the time here. So we will send the square off order for the open positions of intraday based on the selection here. Otherwise, the square off will happen at 3:15 as such. On expiry day, you need not have to wait till the last moment. You can do an expiry expiry square off, let's say at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, whatever is the time that you are comfortable with. If based on the portions which are open, this on the expiry day, the square off will happen. So these are not mandatory fields. You can leave it to the default in case if you don't want any other changes. And however, here the rule and the segment and the symbol, these are all mandatory fields. Yeah. So once you select the thing that you want to trade, say for in this case it is futures, and we want to trade on a delivery basis, and the quantity that we want to trade is 50. So we just need to do a submit and save the strategy. So the strategy that we have created in Algomojo has got saved. In case if there were any fields that were not updated, it will prompt you to update those fields. And once you do that and do a submit, it will get saved. Once the strategy is saved, there are certain things which are generated at the bottom. Important things are the webhook URL, which we'll use in all the charting platforms like TradingView or Amibroker or now, is the screen visible? for all. There's one person who has mentioned that screen not visible. I'm sorry. Is it too small or it's not visible at all? Is it okay now? Sorry. Okay, thanks. Now, suppose, yeah, good question. Now, suppose you have taken a position and the target or the stop loss has hit and the position has got closed and a new signal, a signal has come from your uh, charting tool to take the to close the position. We will check if the position is open. If the position is not open, we will ignore that signal, saying that there's no open position found to close the order or close the position, so that a duplication of order will not happen for you. So that way, system will take care if the stop loss or target is hit, dual quantity will not be punched as such, or the based on the signal, the right quantity will be placed depending on the rule that you set as. So if you have taken a buy position and your target has been hit and there's no position and your say charting tool is sending a sell order, so we will say that okay, the sell order cannot be executed because there's no open position. It has got closed. So we will ignore that sell signal which comes. We will not take a short position. I suppose that was the requirement. Yeah. So here, the webhook URL is something that we will use in all charting tools. So this is the most important part. From here, it identifies that this whichever is the charting platform that you're going to use, they have to send the signals to so-and-so ID, amapi.algomojo.com, and it has to be sent to this kind of broker. So once it comes to Algomojo, we will know that who is the broker, and we will know to which API key and API secret this belongs to, and to which strategy it is linked into, and we will place the order accordingly. So here the strategy number is 221. So any signal coming in will go into this strategy called 221. So that is how the webhook, that is the importance of webhook URL. One needs to be careful to ensure that the right webhook URL is used in case if you're trading in multiple alerts and multiple strategies in your charting tool. Now, there are some more codes that needs to be used, especially for TradingView. In case if you're running a strategy in TradingView, you will need to use this. In case if you're using an indicator, then there are a couple of different kind of codes to be used. So we will look at some of the samples when we get into TradingView automation as such. But we give you all the content which you need to use for automation. It's a very, very simple process. Define what is that you want to trade and submit the requirement and use the webhook URL, copy paste this and copy paste this depending on strategy or indicator into TradingView or Amibroker or charting or MT4, any of these places. That is it. There's no other thing to be done in term for automation purpose. Hope that is clear. In case if you have any queries so far, please use the Q&A box. This session is getting recorded. So in case if you would like to go through it again, any point in time, it will be, you will have the access to it. You can go through it. It will be always available. So it will be uploaded into our platform and you will get the access. So after you define this, we go back here. And as you can see here, the strategy has got saved, and by default, it will be in inactive state. So you will need to enable the paper trade or live trade so that the signals, when it is received into Algomojo, the orders will get executed. So once you define what is that you want to trade, we suggest that you always try the paper trade and do a manual trade as such. Now, you can do a manual trade by generating the signal manually. Now, for whatever requirements that you have specified here, you can do a manual trade by, say, taking the buy signal or the sell signal or the short or cover from here itself. Okay, let's look at what happens when you use a buy signal. When you generate a buy signal, it gets executed and it will be visible under this tab called My Signals. So any orders coming in, you will be able to see it only under My Signals, right? Here, all strategy-wise details will be listed. There are various tabs here. The first tab gives you a summary of all the signals received strategy-wise. So if you have multiple strategies, you can select strategy-wise and have a look at what is running or what has happened in that. And what are the orders placed? You'll be able to see it here. Since we had selected 50 lots, it has placed multiple orders and the total quantity of 3750 has been executed. So this is where you will be able to, under positions, you'll be able to see the position which has been taken. Now, since it's a paper trade, you will be able to make out from here, it's a paper trade. If it was a live trade, it will show here live trade. And this P will not be there. So that's how you can differentiate between a live trade and a paper trade also. Hope this is okay so far. Okay. Now, in a live market, you will be able to see the M2M and the P&L getting updated. However, we fetch the information using the APIs provided by the broker. For looking at the API, the live M2M and P&L, I would again say that look at it on a broker's platform for the real-time kind of movement. In terms of API update on these rates, sometimes there could be a delay. Sometimes it may not get updated if there's a issue in the API details sent by the broker. All you need to do is refresh. You'll be able to see the updated figures here. However, our suggestion to users is that look at this platform more from an execution perspective, not from a management perspective, like what is the profit or what is the loss that has happened, those kind of things. We kindly are adding funds or withdrawing funds and those kind of things. Have a look at it in your broker platform. But for placing orders is where we come in and we execute any signals that come in at the greatest speed as such. So you will be able to look at when the order was received, at what time it was received, what time it was placed. All those summary can be had from here. So order received, signal received time and order entry time, those kind of details you'll be able to see here, right? So even signal received also you'll be able to see. You will also be able to see from which IP it has come. If it is say charting, it will be a different one. MT4 will be MT4 you'll be running from your own platform, so not an issue. If it is say trading view, it will have a different IP. If it's a local machine, that will be a different IP. So you'll be able to differentiate from where the signals have come for this particular strategy as such at that point in time. Okay, now this is how we check what is the position manually. And in case if you want to square off this order, you can come here and do a square off. So it will get say squared off. The position has become 0, and you will be able to see the signal also saying that okay, manual square off order placed, position squared off. This was the symbol that was executed. This is the order which has got placed. Buy was taken and sell has been completed. So no new position taken because it's a square off. Like your target or a stop loss, the open position has just got closed. No reversals have been taken. No reverse position has been taken, right? Now, once you're okay with what you're seeing here in terms of after generating a manual order, what you can do is you can get into the next step of automation, which would be the trading in, doing the setup in TradingView or any other charting platform. Let's look at how do we do in TradingView. So the first process is what we define in Algomojo. We just looked at what is the symbol to be traded, what is the quantity, what is the expiry, those kind of things. Then in terms of process automation and trading view, all you need to do is create an alert for the strategy that you want to run. Then use the webhook URL. Sorry, Amibroker. That is for Amibroker. Okay. Now, let me get into the rules part a bit later. For integration with TradingView, we will look at some examples of super trend and RSI based and price action based kind of setups today. And for integrating any strategy using TradingView, the process to be followed would be like, first you have to select the trading symbol in TradingView. Most important part, you should have a subscription for TradingView. The free version doesn't support the Algo, the webhook URL facility. So you will need to have a paid version of TradingView, which will support the webhook URL facility for sending the signals to the platform. Right. Now, once you have the subscription, select the trading symbol that you want to trade, then select the time frame in which you want to trade, because the alert creation is dependent on the time frame and these two and the symbol as such, and then load the strategy that you want to use for generating signals. Then once you load the strategy, you will see this three dots here. There's three dots. Okay. I'm not sure if you're able to see this. Sorry. Uh, why this is not getting displayed? Just one moment. Yeah, no, some issue in the setup. 1 second, I'm trying to see how I set it up. Yeah. The process for setting up using a strategy in TradingView is first select the trading symbol, then select the time frame, whether it is 1 minute, 5 minute, or 15 minute, and load the strategy that you want to automate, and click on the three dots, which will be visible against those against the strategy that you would have loaded. It will pop up a window like this. For strategy, you will need to update the name and the message the message box content will be shown by, will be provided by Algomojo. We will see what is to be pasted there, how, okay. And then update the message box, then update the webhook URL. Webhook URL updation needs to be done under the notification tab. So when you go to notification tab, there'll be a place to copy paste the webhook URL. Do that and just say create. That's it. That is all is the process which is required for updating, automating your strategy. Let's look at it with an example once. Let's look at heading. The first step is to select the symbol. Now, let's look at Bitcoin today. Those markets are open. We should be able to get some live prices. Say load your symbol. So yeah, this market is running. Then once the symbol is selected, then select the time frame. Say, let's look at 1 minute time frame. So you have selected the symbol, and then selected the time frame. Then the next step is to load the strategy. I have a strategy called Super Trend already loaded. So let me make it visible. Most of you would be aware of Super Trend. So Super Trend is always in buy, either long or short. So as you can see here, it gives you buy and then sell and again a buy, and it keeps running. So when a buy is given, expectation is that we should take a long portion, and when the sell comes, the long portion has to be closed and the short portion has to be taken. So that is the requirement. Now, let me touch upon the rules that I was mentioning in our platform. There are 4 types of routes. Now, there are some strategies or some traders, investors who would like to take only long signals. So when a long buy comes, they want to take the long portion. When the sell comes, they want to close the long portion and wait. So for those kind of traders who don't want to take a short position, or who are trading in equities, for example, equities on a carryover basis or a delivery basis, you can't do a shorting. So for those kind of people, the long only rule needs to be used. Right. The second rule is short only. So there are people who would like to take only short signals and not the buy signals. For example, they would like to take they would like to short here, and when the buy comes here, they would like to close the short position and wait for the next short to happen, and then keep trading only in the short position generated by the system that they are using. So for those kind of users, the rule to be used is short only. Now, if you are a trader who would like to use long, both signals, long plus short. Now, there are some strategies that we have seen where, for example, a buy will be triggered here, and say a target will be achieved, and they will wait for the new signal to come. So, and then the sell will come here, they will take a short position, and again it will get closed. So it is not always in trade. It takes a buy and then closes it and waits for the next buy or sell to happen. So depending on the market trend, the new signals would get generated. For those kind of strategies, long plus short, buy sell is the rule to be used. That is the third rule. Now, however, there are strategies which are similar to, say, a super trend, where it is always in trade, either short or long. Then you have to use the stop and reversal rule. That is what we selected when we are doing the setup. So what it does is, whenever a long is triggered, it will take the long portion, and when the sell comes, it will close the long portion and take a reverse portion. So it will stop the long trade and take the reverse trade. So that is what it means by stop and reverse. So be careful in terms of using the right rule. In case if there is any issue, if you need a better understanding, you can always contact us. We will be able to look at your strategy, the way it is running, and suggest the kind of rule to be used also. Otherwise, you can refer to our documentation also. That also provides you details of what are the kind of rules that needs to be used. The explanation of each rule is provided in the documentation also. Now, once you have loaded your strategy, so the first step was to load this symbol, then select the trading time frame that you want to run it on. Third step is the upload the strategy. So once you upload the strategy, it will show you the three dots here. Go here and click on that. So then say add alert on super trend, or it could be UT bot, or it could be any strategy, pivot point, any strategy. It will open up this pop-up box where you have to add the code that we provide for you. So the code to be used in the message box, there are two updates to copy paste to be done. One is the content for in the message box, whatever is there, remove that and paste the content from our platform. I'll show you which to be used. And under notification, go to this webhook URL, whatever is there currently running, remove that and paste the updated webhook URL. These are the only two copy paste that we need to do. So let us look at doing that. And a name has to be given. So for example, let me say this is Nifty Super Trend. Super Trend. Okay. Now it can be any name. So then go to the strategies, go to view, and from here, since we are running a strategy, you have to copy this content from here, go to trading view and paste it here. This is the first copy paste. And the second copy paste is under notification. Go to Algomojo again, take this webhook URL, copy this webhook URL, come to trading view and paste it here. So, and let's say create. That's it. So once you do this, it will be updated here. As you can see, Nifty Super Trend is what we created. The symbol, the alert will be updated here. So whenever an order gets placed, it will be shown here under the logs. So now there is a short which has got triggered just before we got into completed the process. Any queries so far? Now, that's all is the, so it will wait for the new signal to be generated. When the signal gets generated, the order will be triggered. Now, while we are doing this, the sell has come. So suppose you're a trader and you would like to enter this trade. The way to do that is go to Algomojo again, yeah, and generate a short trade. Say sell, because a short is running. So, and as you can see here, we generated a manual signal at 11:02 time, and the position running is short of 3,750. The order was placed and a short trade is running. And after this, leave it to the super trend to do the balance trade which comes. Now, if a buy signal comes, the short position will be closed and a long position will be taken. And it keeps running on its own. That is always the process for your automation purpose. So it is as simple as that. So all you have to do is create an alert. While creating an alert, after loading a strategy, whichever strategy that you're running, remove whatever is the default message content, update the content from Algomojo strategy that you would have created here and update the webhook URL. That's it. There's nothing else to be done. The most important part to note is that your strategy should be able to give buy-sell signals. That's it. There's no other setup to be done. You need not have to get into the code of the strategy that you want to use. No other changes to be done and trading view at all. It's a copy paste. One is the copy paste into the message box, and the other one is the webhook URL. Any queries so far and on this? Somebody saying that you're the first time you're trying to do an automation. As simple as that, sir. You should have a trading view or subscription. You should have a strategy running in, say, trading view, which gives you the signals of buy sell. And once you have these two, you can automate any strategy that you have. The process is the same. See, any correlation with symbol we selected in Algomojo and TradingView. Now, here, for example, we are running it on Bitcoin, right, to generate signal. But trade is happening in Nifty because in my creation, I have said I have to trade in Nifty. As you can see here, I've selected Nifty futures. Now, this can be anything. It can be Bank Nifty, it could be Reliance, it could be Yes Bank, anything. So it depends on what you want to trade. Typically, if it was Nifty, you should have selected Nifty itself here. Since we wanted to have some live signals, I have selected Bitcoin. Otherwise, suppose you want to take Bitcoin and trade in, say, Nifty futures or Bank Nifty, or you loaded Bank Nifty here and you want to trade in Nifty, not an issue. We'll load Bank Nifty here, and depending on the signal getting generated, orders in Nifty will be placed. So orders will get placed on what you define here in trading symbol. You're telling Algomojo, whenever a signal is coming, either a buy or a sell, place orders in this symbol, whatever you have selected here. Suppose you have selected Bank Nifty, it will trade in Bank Nifty. If it was a stock, it will trade in stock as such. So the chart can be anything. But of course, if you have made some study and you have found that a correlation exists between, for example, a Bank Nifty chart and then a bank like HDFC, some kind of correlation is there. And whenever Bank Nifty is moving up, you want to trade in HDFC Bank. So you can link it that way. But otherwise, normally it is 1:1. That is, if you selected Nifty, you should select a Nifty chart in TradingView also. If it is Bank Nifty in TradingView, you should select Bank Nifty in Algomojo also. So depending on what you define in Algomojo is what will get traded. Right. So this is it can be any strategy. Here, what we are loaded is super trend. It can be anything that you already have. Load that and create the alert. Right. For creating the alert, just on the 3 dots, update the message box and the webhook URL. That's it. That's all as in terms of automation. It is as simple as that. There's no other changes to be done. Right. So we wanted to correlate all the signal which is already running or synchronize the signal already running here with the position. So we already taken a short position manually, and going forward, any signals coming from TradingView, we want that to be executed. So we will wait for the new signal to come in here. Currently, sell is happening, so we will get a buy. So while we do that, let's look at one more example. For example, if you want to trade in, say, Bank Nifty options, so the way to do that is go to My Strategies and create one more strategy for Bank Nifty options. We will say be in options. Yeah, and a rule will keep it same because we want when a long comes, we want a CE to be taken, and when a short comes, we want the CE to be closed and the PE to be taken. So we want that to be running continuously. So that is the reason we have selected I've selected stop and reversal as the rule. Then select the segment as dynamic symbols options. In this, we can select the instrument. Let's say Bank Nifty. And it will ask which expiry you want to trade, current month, next month, or for month, whichever month you want to trade. Depending on the selection, it will display the date also. So for current month, it is showing 27. Then strike price can be anything up to OTM 20 or ITM 20. So let me say this is ITM 5. So I'll select item 5 and I'm a buyer. Somebody was asking, so sorry, I missed that point. Let me see that. Yeah, you can do that. You can define only the stop loss in Algomojo platform. Don't give the target. You can give only the stop loss. And say initially you're given a target of stop loss of say 25 points, and you want to shift it, you can keep doing that. You want to change that, you can keep doing that. Somebody was asking if say a portion is taken. If I sell in broker terminal, will it show here? See, whatever you do directly in the broker terminal or from say this dashboard, you created a watch list and you're say trying to buy or sell manually, those orders will not be visible. We'll not be able to handle it from our platform as such. It has to be something which is running and generated from our platform. In case if you have taken some portion manually and you want to link it up in the way you want to link it to the trading view to take care of the future signals. That's what we did just now. Like since this was already running in short, okay, we went and took a short portion and then left it to the system to keep running. That's how you can do. But however, even that also has to be triggered from Algomojo. Now, a buy signal has been generated. You can see the log here. Buy has been generated. Let's look at what has happened in the order here. Go to my signal. See, buy signal has come. And it has come from a different IP. So from here, you can make out that this is a different IP, not the local machine. These were from the local machine because I placed manual orders. And this has come from a different IP. And the order for buy has been placed. The short portion has been closed and the long portion has been taken. So the short portion has been stopped, and the reverse of that, that is the long portion has been triggered, because that is the kind of rule that we have defined, stop and reverse. Yeah. Now suppose that you realize that, okay, this trading view has generated this long signal and you are in good profit and you would like to close the position and stop all the future trades for the day. What you can do is go here and do a square off. The position will become zero for you. And here, go to my strategies and switch off the paper trade. So any signals coming from trading view or from manually, it will not get executed. It will be stopped because it will say that, okay, your strategy that you have created is inactive. So we are not able to place any orders. Right? Yeah, we were trying to do a setup for Bank Nifty. Let's look at how do we do that. So you have Bank Nifty options, let's say. And select the rule as stop and reverse. Segment, I'll take it as dynamic options. I'll select Bank Nifty. Expiry is current month. ITM 5. So I'm a buyer. You can do a selling also, writing of option if you want to do it, you'll do that. Now, order is normal market. So I'll say 100 quantities. 100 lots, 3,000 quantities. As you can see, the split free limit in Bank Nifty is 900. So it will split orders into multiples of 900 to fulfill this 3,000 quantity that we're defining here. Yeah, you can run for any number of symbols. If you have 10 stocks, you can do it for multiple equities. Suppose we have seen people who use, say, a strategy here and they run it on, say, 100 stocks or 500 stocks, whatever. And for each stock, you have to create an alert, which is one-time activity in trading. That's it. So whenever the signal comes from TradingView for that particular stock, for example, if it was, say, Adani Enterprises, or it can be LIC, it can be any, a different stock another day, and today it could be FMCG stocks, tomorrow it could be IT stocks. Depending on whichever signals are getting generated, the orders will be executed. However, in Algomojo, you will need to define that those stocks in the stocks and quantity also in the watch list. How to do that? We will look at it after this example of Bank Nifty. So after I define the quantity as 100 lots and I do a submit. So the second strategy will be visible here as Bank Nifty options. So let's look at how do we trade in. For example, a lot of people use indicators. How do we use indicators for the setup? Yeah, when we after this, I'll show how to do it with the stock symbols. So let's look at the option setup, and then we'll get into the equity setup. Here, for example, a lot of people use indicators. So if you have any indicator, load the indicator. First step is, let me say, RSI, stochastic. A lot of people use it for entry or exit or trailing, whatever. So you load your indicator first. The first step is the symbol, next is the time frame, and then the indicator or the strategy. So here, when you load the indicator, that also gives you 3 dots here against that. When you click on that, you will get a slightly bigger pop-up box. You have a couple of more things to be updated. One is the condition, and the other one is the trigger, and then the message and the notification. So for indicators or price-based actions, you will need to define 2 more things, which is the condition, when it has to be, what is the condition under which the trade has to be executed or the signal has to be generated, and when should it trigger? Should it trigger once per bar, or once per bar close, or once per minute, those kind of things. Normally, we've seen that once per bar is what we use. And crossing is, now, as you can see, the oscillator is above 70, 80 here. And when it starts coming down a level of, say, 70, I would like to buy a PE, is what is the requirement. So then we will create an alert for buying a PE. How do we do that? So we will tell TradingView that when crossing down, not crossing up, crossing down a level of, say, here, a value of 65, see? And it can be any value. I want the trigger to be generated. Here we'll give the name as BN options short. Kindly note, for indicators, you have to define 2 alerts, one for entry and the other one is for exit. Now, whereas if it is a strategy, it was just 1 alert. Here we are creating 1 alert for taking a PE when it comes here. And if I want a CE to be taken when the RSI goes below 20 and starts coming up, then only my PE has to be closed and CE has to be taken. I have to create 1 more alert. So here, we'll see how do we create an alert for taking a PE entry based on RSI coming down. So the message content that needs to be used is slightly different. So go to this Bank Nifty options strategy that we created. Go to indicator with tab. And here, since the first entry is going to be sell or short, select the sell option and come here and paste it here. And the webhook URL needs to be updated. Whatever is by default, remove that and use the webhook URL given here and paste it here. So that's it. So we say, if the RSI is coming down a value of 65 and the bar closes, I want the trigger to be generated, alert to be generated, and that alert will take a PE is what is the requirement. So we have done the setup, added this code here and added the webhook URL here. We just say create. So once you create, you can see a dotted line with a or arrow pointing right. That is the level that we have just created. Now this can be shifted either manually like this, or you can do it from here. Go to alert. You can edit this value. Suppose you want to make this 50. Do that. This comes down to 50 level. So when the RSI starts dropping down and the bar closes below 50, the PE will be triggered. So here, let me shift it higher. And keep it at, for example, 85, around 85, so that a PE will be generated. We'll get a signal and we'll be able to see the position. That's all is to be done. Now, we'll need to create one more alert if our requirement is that once the PE entry is taken and the RSI goes below 20 and then it starts coming up, I want this PE taken to be closed and the CE to be taken. So I'll create one more alert. The easiest method to do that is we just created one shot, go there and say right click and say clone. So of that and edit that and make this as crossing up and a value of say 25 or say 45 and bar close, and instead of sell I'll say buy. And here this will edit as long. So as you can see, there's one more level which is created. Now, the trigger for PE will happen when the RSI comes down this level of 85 that you have defined. And RSI has to go below 20 and starts coming up, or below 50 and starts coming up. Then the CE will be closed and, PE will be closed and the CE will be taken. That's how the stop and reversal would ensure. Now, suppose if you are taking by a long plus short as the rule, buy sell, then the PE would have got closed here. That's it. It will not take a reverse position. So be careful in terms of rule understanding and use a relevant rule applicable as per your study. That's it. So this is one method of doing it. Now, while we wait for this level to get crossed, let's create one more for trading in equities, for example. Suppose you want to trade in equities or futures. We'll say equity. And here for equity, for example, on a delivery basis. So since delivery short is not allowed, you will need to use this rule called long only. And here we will say equity. And here say Reliance. Select it from here. And order type is CNC, that is for delivery. MIS would be intraday. And market type, price type is market. And quantity, by default, let's keep it at 1. We will add more in the watch list as such. So once you define these basic parameters and you want to say, for example, run this using super trend, okay, you'll need to add all the watch list or symbols here. Go to the strategy that you just created here, come here, and there's a tab called watch list. So for example, let us first step we'll add say Reliance. And quantity I want to trade is say 10. Then second one I'll use as 2 and then say ABB. Quantity I'll say 1. Third symbol I'll say is Bharti. Quantity I'll say is 15. Okay. So you can keep adding it to the watch list. Now, the reason I'm giving chart symbol as 1, 2, 3 is there's a logic I'll explain to you when we are looking at the chart. So add whatever you're trying to trade equities into this watch list. If the list is limited, say 5, 10, if you are able to type these manually, you can do it. Otherwise, you can do a CSV upload also. You can download a file here and put the same information, what if it is 100, 200 kind of thing, upload the CSV, it will be shown under this watch list for you. So you can keep changing this, keep uploading it any number of times, not an issue. Now we have given the chart list as a chart symbol as 1 for Reliance, 2 for ABB, and 3 for say Bharti. Now let us do one thing. Once you have created the watch list of the symbols that you want to trade, go back and say live trade, and yeah, you go to and create one more alert. Say for say example Reliance. I load Reliance chart and create an alert for Reliance. In the content, you will need to use a different code. Go to Algomojo, go to view, and there is a strategy with symbol option. We are going to trade in Reliance, so you have to use this code, because from trading view, you will also need to know which symbol is coming. This is where it is going to define what is the symbol against which the order has to be updated. So copy this, go to trading view and paste it here and update the sticker. As you can see here, the sticker is there, and keep it as 1, because for Reliance, we are given the chart symbol as 1. You see the watch list? We are given the chart symbol as 1. So in trading view, we are saying that the symbol is 1. So when trading view is sending the information to us, it will send the date and time, it will send the symbol as 1, and it will send the action. Say, for example, if it is a buy, it will send a buy. So we will look at what is the symbol which has come from trading view. We will know that it is 1, and 1 pertains to Reliance. Suppose if it was 2, then it is pertaining to ABB. 3, it was some other stock. So chart symbol is what is the symbol that we need to capture here, and create multiple similarly, and update the webhook URL. One of the shortcut to do that would be that here, if you go to, everything will remain the same except for the ID, the AL00TC 223. 223 is what we created here. As you can see here, this is the new strategy that is created. Everything will remain the same. Only differentiator is this number. For Bank Nifty, it is 222. For Nifty Futures, 221. For equities, it is 223. That's all. So in trading view, you have to update only this in the webhook URL, update it to the relevant strategy number. That's it. Or you can do a copy paste. Both are possible. And go to settings and just say create. So whenever a signal is coming from Reliance for buy, this trading view will send the information saying that the symbol format, the symbol for which I'm sending the signal is 1, and the action is buy. So when it comes to Algomojo, we will look at in the watch list, what is the symbol? Chart symbol. Chart symbol is 1. This is what has been sent by TradingView. And 1 pertains to a trading symbol of Reliance, and I have to buy 10 quantity. It will execute the order to buy Reliance 10 quantity. Suppose if it was 3, then we know that it is for Bharti, and we would have executed 15. If it was some other stock, we will look at what is the chart symbol number sent by TradingView, and pertaining to that, what is the symbol and what is the quantity, and we will execute the order. This is how we correlate the symbol, chart symbol, and TradingView symbol here. From here, we will be able to make out what is the value to be executed with. Right? Any queries on this? So in the watch list, create, add all the symbols that you want to trade. And keep the chart symbol naming as simple as possible. If you say Reliance, then you have to go to trading view also, and here again you have to type that value of Reliance. So for each stock you have to type instead of one, you have to make this Reliance. So if there's a mismatch in this, say you made a spelling mistake here and what is available seen here is different, the order will not get executed. So try and keep the chart symbol as simple as possible, and then it can be anything. Easiest would be to have a running number so that updating in the chart becomes easy. So a lot of people use this facility when they're doing exploration from Amibroker, or when they're trading from charting. Charting, people scan 1,500, 2,000 stocks, and every day they might get 10, 15 kind of signals. And those would be added in the watch list, will be available, will be seen here. All the 1,500, 2,000 symbol that you add using this CSV format will be visible along with the quantities. The order will get executed as per that. As simple as that. Now, while we were looking at let us look at what is happening to. We were working on this chart. So as you can see, the stochastic has come down the 85 level. The order should have got triggered. As you can see, the BN alert was triggered at 11:22:01. So let's look at what has happened to that order here. Go to my signals and go to here and say, look at time active options. As you can see here, 11:22:01, the sell signal has come. So you should have taken a PE. As you can see, the PE order has been executed for 54,900 PE, quantity defined as 3,000. So this is how you use an indicator. Now, the indicator from 80 levels, 100 levels, it has come down to less than 20. And if the value starts going up from here, say for example, about 30, if RSI crosses about 30, we want the PE to be closed and CE to be taken, this alert will be generated, and then order will be placed accordingly. So the alert creation for trading using indicators, you will need to use two of them, one for entry and one for exit. So this is what we created for PE entry, and this is what we created for CE entry. So since we have used the rule called stop and reverse, here it has taken PE, and when the RSI crosses above this level of 25, it will close the PE and take the CE. Yeah, not required. So when you're creating, when you're trading in using you are going to create alert for each stock. So for Reliance, you create one alert. For ABB, you create another alert. For Bharti, you create one more alert. The chart need not be open at all. The chart running could be nifty. It is okay. That is possible. So it will keep running for you. Yeah, I think you can unmute and try it. If you want to discuss something, you can do that. So here, as you can see, the alert created is for Reliance. So you create alert for all the stocks that you want to use. It could be 10, 15, 20, or how many ever alert, how many ever stocks. And as and when they are triggered as per the conditions for those particular stock, the entry and exit will happen. The advantage with trading view is that you need not have to keep all the charts open. It's only the only requirement is the alert needs to be created for a particular symbol for a particular time frame. That's it, for a particular strategy or an indicator. After that, you can be running anything. You can do any other study. You can be looking at crypto also, but super trend will be running on background for all the stocks or all the alerts that you would have created. And whenever the conditions are met, the alerts will be generated and sent across to Algomojo for execution. I did not understand the last query. No alert will look for only one symbol then. Can you elaborate, sir? I'm not able to understand that. Try and speak. Yeah, that's right. When you create an alert for Reliance, it will generate only for Reliance. When you create, if another alert is created, for example, for ABB, so you will have one more, like what we saw here. This can be ABB, this can be Varsi. So if there are 10 stocks, you will have 10 alerts listed, and it will keep looking for the conditions to be met, and accordingly the signal will be generated. Yes. That's right. So when you're creating an alert, for example, ABB, your ABB chart should be open, and then you create an alert. After you create the alert, you can then move to Bharti and open Bharti's chart, and then create an alert for Bharti. That's it. So whichever alert you are creating, exactly. So webhook URL to be used is pertaining to one strategy that we just created here, because this strategy currently has, say, 3. If you have had 100, then for 100 alerts which you create for all the stocks which are there in this place, and if it is something that you have created which is not there in the Algomojo watch list, it will get ignored. It will say the symbol not found. So we have seen people who use 300, 500 alerts they have created. There are personal traders which we have seen. They keep running it. Alert creation is one time, and they chart this watch list creation is also one time. But if they want to modify, depending on the price movement, they keep modifying the quantity, because the price also changes. The quantity accordingly will change as per the risk and reward criteria they would have set, and they keep uploading it here. That's it. That's the biggest advantage, that it is running on a cloud, the trading view, and the same strategy can be applied for multiple stocks, and you do not have to have trading view open also for the signals to be generated. When it is running in the cloud, and it will keep looking for the conditions to be met at the background for whatever stocks that you have chosen for the alert, and it will send the signals. Yeah. Only thing is, in the message box, you got it right. Instead of start symbol as 1, make it 2, then it will be ABB. Make it 3, it will be then Bharti. So if you have 10 stocks, for each stock, you would have given a number. Give that number here. Suppose the 10th stock is something like Zomato. So you type 10 here and go to this place and say 10 and say add symbol as Zomato. We want to trade in, say, 500 quantity. That's it. So trading view, and while sending it to us, it will show that this is 10, symbol is 10, and we will look up what is the chart symbol of 10. It is Zomato. Quantity to be traded is 500, and we'll place the order. That's it. Now, while we're looking, as you can see, the RSI has moved up this level of 25 that we had seen. So PE entry had happened here. Now, when the RSI moved up from below the level that we had set here of 25 or 30, the P would have got closed and C would have got placed. Let's look at my signals. Go to BN. So as you can see here, earlier was sell, now it is buy. So the PE has been closed and CE has been taken in terms of position. As you can see here, PE is closed and CE is done. So it will keep running. So it's a one-time setup. So whenever it goes up here and starts coming down, CE will be closed, PE will be taken. Again, if it goes below this level, it will again reverse the orders. It will keep running. So all these are one-time setups and simple to do the setups also. Just copy paste the message content and the webhook URL. So if it is indicator, you have to create 2 alerts. If it is a strategy, then you have to create only one alert. And the system will keep running for you. Now, let us, any other queries? Now, there are a lot of people who do trend line based trades. Now, for example, you would like to draw a trend line and like this, and when there's a breakout, you want the C to be taken or future to be bought. The easiest method is draw your trend line. One more, for example, like this. So if it is breaking down, then I want a short to be taken. The way to do it is after you draw the trend line, go right click on the trend line that you have drawn and say add alert on this. So it is asking you to add the alert here for indicators and price-based actions. You have to define what is the condition and the trigger. Here we will say if it crossing down, only once you have to do. And here I want a sell to be taken, not this. So, okay, this. And in the notification, I have to update the strategy also. The strategy number for this is 221. If the price closes below this level, then the sell will be triggered. Once you create this, you can keep shifting it also. Suppose you don't want the entry there, you want the entry to be taken when, say, it breaks down this level. Here, if it breaks out, you want the long to be taken, then all you have to do is, again, go here and say crossing up. You want the, here under the message content, instead of sell, you say buy. And in terms of strategy, update the relevant webhook URL. Here I'm referring to Nifty future. So I'll give it as 221. So it's fine. So if it crosses up, it will trigger a buy. If it breaks down, then it will trigger a sell. So you can have any kind of drawing for that matter. So you do a drawing based on the drawings or even the levels also. I've seen people who use resistance and support. For example, say if you draw a horizontal line and say that, okay, if my entry, which is taken, for example, here, it reaches this resistance level and want the position to be closed, you can set it up. So the process is the same. Indicate the price level and say add alert on that level, and you say what has to be done. So crossing up or crossing down, since it's a resistance that we're looking at, we'll say crossing up, and once per bar close, we want it to be on, or it can be once also, a touch base also, and then crossing up the horizontal line, and you say sell here. That's it. Here you can give a name, TL exit, trend line based exit. Yeah, it can be any name. So any entry that you have taken long, when it comes here and touches that level, the long portion will get closed. So TradingView has got a lot of facilities and pretty simple to operate. And we have made our process of automation also as simple and as easy as possible. So try it out in case if you have any further issues or clarification. We are always there to support you as such. Yeah. Now, coming back, if the queries, let's look at our presentation. So indicator, the process is similar, but slightly one or two for additional details to be added. Trading symbol is the first step, and time frame, and then note the indicator that you want to take an entry or exit on. Click on the three dots, and then update the condition and trigger. Condition and trigger. Give it a name, and in the message box, go to indicator. TradingView indicator, copy that buy or sell whatever you're creating. For indicators or price-based actions, you'll always need to create two alerts, one for entry and another one for exit. That's it. Update the condition, update the trigger, and update the message box, update the webhook URL. So conditions, you will normally see these kind of conditions. These are all functions of TradingView. It is not Algomojo defined. These are all functions and facilities available in TradingView. Accordingly, use these conditions as per your study. Then when do you want to trigger, update this, the orders will be triggered. Another interesting thing that we have launched is the option strategies. You can get to know the details of these option strategies under this blog called Algomojo blog. There are various types of option strategies. How to set up each of these option strategies is explained in detail, how these operate and how the setup needs to be done. Request you to look at the detail which would be of interest for you. If you want to create a short iron conda, how to do it. If it's a long iron conda, how to do it. All those details are given. Let me try and show you this. Under Algomojo, you will see this go to blog. So you can get the complete details. Suppose you want to do a calendar spread, call calendar spread. Click on that. It will give there's a brief about what is the strategy all about, and there's a setup which is explained as to how to do in Algomojo. Step-by-step implementation process in Algomojo is defined for each of these strategies. So you can try it out, go through these articles, and then try it out. Do the paper trade first, and once you feel that these are meeting your requirements, then you can get into live trade as such. All option strategies are explained as to how to use them, what each option strategy means, what are the advantages, when to use that is all explained under this. Some 14, 15 strategies have been detailed under this blog. Kindly have a look at it. A brief about Algomojo support. We are available from 9 to 5 on all trading days. On Saturdays, we are available from 10 to 5 as such. You can contact us on WhatsApp, and or you can give a call. This is our support number. You can raise a ticket or write an email to us. My name is Lokesh. Yeah. tell me in case you have any queries, do let me know. You can type out the query that you would have here using the Q&A box. See, backtesting, we are not into providing strategies in backtesting as such. We'll not be able to extend much support there. We are a bridge for execution of your strategies. That's it. Yes. Mr. Samir, you can type out your query here. You can write to me in case if you want any details. I'm not sure if crude oil mini option as such is available or not. We check 1 second. No, crude oil mini will not be available. Only in futures you would have that option of crude oil mini, but not in options. I'm not sure if there's any contract for mini as such in options crude oil. No, see, if the broker is supporting it, we would definitely have it. I'm not sure if broker supports. Yeah, I think brokers do support. Let me take it up with the development team. I'll check about mini also. Yes. See, trading symbols, the only issue is that each broker has got a different format. So we are not able to have a separate list created. So look it up. So when you're creating a watch list, always look at, sorry. Yeah. When you're creating a watch list here for the first time, look at the format they have. As per that, do that. So Tradetini, for example, is giving this as Reliance hyphen equity, EQ. Some others might have Reliance space EQ. Some others might have just Reliance. So it is specific to broker. So, look at one example here when you type it out, say, for example, here, and say, yes, bank. Select the symbol and look at the format. And when you're creating it in CSV format, always follow this format which is there. See, whatever you're sending from Python should be able to support. I'm not very sure. Python, our support levels are pretty low. We don't have much. Only library is being is made available. You can get to look at the library here. You go to this API section. If you go to V1, it will give you all the details of various types of things to be used. What are the JSON to be used? What does it do? All that is given here. What are mandatory fields? So kindly refer to this when you're doing your Python. Yeah, symbol should be there. So use as per your broker. Some might have this dash EQ, some might have just EQ, some might not have EQ also. It may be just Reliance. So refer to your broker and accordingly make the change. The current thing that we are working on is trailing stop loss. We have other things that we are working would include multiple targets. Say close 25% when target one is met, another 25% when target two is met, and say balance 50% when target three is met. However, that could take some time. I'm not able to put any timeline as of now, but yes, it is there in our development uh, roadmap. It will happen. Okay. In case if there are no other queries, we can try and close it down. The next one that we're working is access securities. So in case if there are any other broker of your interest, let us know. We will try and talk to them and see if we can integrate. We are pretty open to integrate with as many brokers as possible. Define it definitely will check. Yeah, I take this opportunity for extending our wishes to all for attending this session on how to use Algomojo for automation of your orders. Do get in touch with us in case you need any further information or support. We will be very happy to help you out. Have a nice weekend and thank you. Okay, okay. We'll check, sir. We don't know what the policies are. We will try and get in touch with them, understand with them, and then see how we can integrate this. Thanks. Let me try and close this session for now.